Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. In this video, I am going to discuss how to integrate Calendly, Google Calendar, Zapier, and Slack. And I'm going to show you why that's important when you are scheduling appointments or strategy sessions or when you're trying to book new calls, that kind of thing. So I'm going to use my spam email here, and I'm going to say ijd092090@gmail.com. That's a real email. You can email me that, but I only put that in for spam things, okay? And that's my birthday. So we're going to hit submit here, okay? And when we hit submit, this is what happens. It takes me to another page on my website, right? And it redirects. So when that submits, it redirects to this page. So please be patient while the calendar works its magic. I added some little fun personality there at the top. So we are going to schedule an appointment at 12 o'clock tomorrow, because why not, right? And as you can see, I started filling in all this information before, but my phone was not recording. So that defeats the purpose. I wanted to show you how this works on the phone too, so you know that like if you're away from your computer, you're also notified. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I have missed a strategy session because I did not notify myself, and that was super embarrassing. So I was a little pissed off about that. But anyways, so as you can see here, we pick a time, and it's automatically synced up to my time, which is Pacific time over here. And I put my first name, last name, email address. It took it from the email that was submitted before, which is awesome. So less for the client to do or the prospect to do, and more for you to do to start. So it's an easy, smooth process for your prospect, okay? So 555-555-5555 is my phone number, obviously. We're going to do Skype video. I'm going to type in IJD092090 Skype. Copy. What's your website, Isaac? Well, my website is www.paste.com. And what is your current monthly revenue? Well, see, I make about, no, I don't make that much yet. Soon. 1,000 to 5,000 per month. What is your monthly revenue goal? Well, we're going to do one. And I cannot take credit for these questions. These are Sam Ovens questions, and I'm tailoring some of these questions to my own people too, which is good. So my own prospects may have different questions. I'll show you what I mean by in another calendar, because I can't send this specific one to like my family if they're scheduling, or like a guest for my podcast. A guest for a podcast shouldn't answer all these questions. It's totally different questions. But again, all of these questions are within Calendly. So I'm walking you through the process, and then I'll show you how to integrate each one of these so you can do the same thing. So what do you feel is your biggest obstacle? Time. Everybody wants my time. Briefly describe your business. What do you do? I help people become who they aspire to be. Boom. That got deep quick, huh? How willing and able are you to invest in the growth of your company? Yeah, I got the financial resources, because why not? And if you're accepted, how soon can you get started? Right now. Perfect. Now, this is very, very, very important. This next step is the most important part. Ready? So we schedule an event. You come back up here, and it's going to say confirmed. It should say confirmed. And you can see that it's redirecting me. Whoa! Did you see what happened? Did you hear all those little notifications? See this? And that thing that just popped up. So it redirected me to a thank you page or a confirmation page saying, hey, guess what just happened, right? And then you can also go over to Slack, and you see right here, it did notify me here. It sent a little thing to my email telling me I have a strategy session as well. But you can see right here that I just got a message in Slack on my phone. Okay, I did it at 6:32, and it didn't show up on my phone. I wasn't recording my phone, so that sucked. So I had to restart this whole video. But anyways, so you see IJD092090 booked a meeting in Calendly. You can also make a note that it is yellow and it's highlighted. Okay, so I want to tell you that that is what happened. Now, because I put in that email, let me just head on over to my email here. Okay. okay, boom. And you can see right here that it notified the prospect, okay? So it notified the prospect, and the best part is, check it out. It's like all the information from that survey is right here. So I can print that out and use that on a strategy session, or use that on a call, or qualify the lead or not qualify the lead, and it's amazing, okay? So that's that. And then my own personal email got notified as well. So you can see here, hey, Isaac, you got a new notification. You got a little meeting, buddy. And you can see here as well, this is a little more organized. I like this one, so I'd probably print from here. But I can see right now that my target, my prospect wants to make $100 million a month. So I don't know how he's going to do that, but that's the plan. So you can see right there on the phone that it works very well. Okay, now I also want to show you that if you weren't around your phone, you can go into Slack here, and you see down here right at the bottom, it says booked a meeting in Calendly, and again, it's highlighted, okay? Now, the reason, this is all going to tie together, okay? The reason this is highlighted is, let me just show you why I got notified. So I created my own room specifically for the bot and myself. So nobody else has this room. Nobody has access to this room on Slack. And if you don't know what Slack is, Slack's great for like quick little business things, quick little messages like this. And it's super integrated with a lot of different softwares. That's why I used it. So you go up here, and I pressed preferences, okay? And you can see right here, notifications. And you see right down here, show a badge, number 1, in my channel list when someone uses one of these keywords. Now, I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss a strategy session, because I have in the past. And I wanted to make sure booked a meeting in Calendly was my keyword. Now, let me show you why that was my keyword, okay? Because I wouldn't be notified if that didn't happen. So let's take it back here. Let me go over to my Google Calendar itself. So when here we go. So the reason that happened, the reason I have to use those exact words is because this. So now I'm over at Zapier. If you don't know what Zapier is, you can basically trigger a zap or an event to happen. It's like a robot working for you. And this is what happens, right? You can see right here I have Calendly and Active Campaign. I'm not going to talk about Active Campaign on this one, but that's my email autoresponder. And now I have send Slack direct message for new Calendly scheduled events, okay? So when I click on this, this is what happens. You can see that when an invitee is created, you have to hook it up to your Calendly software, all right, to your calendar, and I'll go over that. You have to hook it up to the calendar, and basically you just log right in, and you just drop an API code in there, and it sounds a little complicated, but it's not. You just look up what the API code is. I'll even try to find it in this video if I can remember. And then when an invitee is created, you know, this happens, right? So an invitee is created, and then it adds it to a specific calendar that you have, okay? So I have mine going to this calendar here, all right? Isaac@isaacdana.com. Okay, don't spam me, please, you motherfuckers. Test this step here, okay? So you can test the step, and it pulls in some things, okay? I'm not going to test it because you just saw it worked clearly, so I don't want to fuck it up. Send direct message. So now the next action is when an event is scheduled, we send a direct message to Slack, okay? Now, send direct message. What is the direct message? And how do we know what just happened, right? Edit the template. So you can see right here that specify text of the message to send. Check out the formatting doc. So I did a little bit of research on why this worked and why this didn't work, right? And this booked a meeting in Calendly is what came up when you did this integration. So then I went into Zapier. This is what came up in Slack when I did the integration, and I wasn't getting notified even after it was in Slack. So I copied this thing right here, okay? I copied it, and then I went over to Slack and pasted it right here and booked a meeting in Calendly. Whenever that pops up in my messages, whenever that pops up right here, like that's the actual text that comes through when that event triggers. So when Calendly sends a notification or sends a direct message, the direct message is booked a meeting in Calendly. And you can change that if you want. You know what I mean? Booked a meeting in Calendly. You could probably change that. I'm not going to play with that right now. Maybe I should play with that as a tutorial. Let's see. Booked a meeting in, oh man, I don't want to mess this up. Booked a meeting in Calendly. Let's do this. Booked a strategy session in Calendly, okay? And I hit continue. This is edit the template. And now my Zap is off right now, okay? Oh yeah, see, so the text here, so that's actually, yeah, so I just messed that up. So booked a meeting in Calendly is the automatic text that happens. So that's why I copied that. So let's go back and edit this template here. That's the automatic text that comes through. Like that's what it sends. So booked a meeting in Calendly. So don't fuck that up, okay? We continue here and we finish. It'll automatically pull information in. We're going to turn that Zap back on so I get notified ASAP, okay? And what'll happen is when you go back over to Slack, as you can see right here, it says booked a meeting in Calendly, and those words right there are highlighted because that's the one I did the notification for, all right? I know I've repeated myself several times. However, that is the only way I could make that work for me. Now, this is Calendly, inside Calendly, okay? You can see I have 3 different schedules here, okay? The green one is the one we just did. So, oh man, there's so much to talk about, and I just don't have enough time to put it all into one video, okay? You can go in here. Let me just talk about how to set up a calendar and or set up the survey, okay? So right down here, when you pay for, I think it's like $15 a month, okay? $15 a month, you can have unlimited calendars, all right? You can even take payments from the calendar itself if you're doing coaching or whatnot, and it's extremely helpful, extremely helpful. So I highly recommend this. I'm not getting paid to say this. I should be, okay? I don't even know if they have an affiliate program, but I love this app. And here's why, okay? Because you can create events. I'm going to do a whole video on Calendly specifically, but right now, if you were to go to calendly.com/ whatever I have here, Isaac Dana, you can see each one of these events pop up, right? But each one of these events, like I can't just send someone to this page because they're going to snoop around and they're going to book on the wrong scheduler or whatever. So you got to be careful and basically force people to do what you want to do. Okay. So that being said, what you got to do is you got to go in here and you change these URLs of each one. So just for shits and giggles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, okay? So I just cloned this, and I'm going to pretend, let's pretend your event type is on, okay? What is this event? So I'm going to create one here. This is test. Let's do test 092090, okay? And we're just going to say this is a Skype call. Doesn't really matter what you say there. Display location, that just means, that's the location. If you're having a Zoom conversation or another platform, you can just basically tell the person what it's on, okay? Then you have a description and instructions. So this is when I say, give me your money. Okay? So give me your money. And we're going to make this green here. And then this is going to be called, give me your money, just because we're having fun here, right? Let's go back up here and call the event, give me your money too. Give me your money. Okay? Now, when we save this event, boom, we save this event, and these are the settings I have for my events. You may be different, but these are the settings I have for my events. I let people schedule 4 days, on a 4-day stretch, not 2, not 1, 4-day stretches. I give some people some feeling like they're doing something for themselves while I'm in control of all of this. I still want to make people feel like they're in control of when they book. You know what I mean? So you can pick the time here. You can do a custom time if you wanted to, whatever you want to do. And you can edit the time zone, which is extremely helpful. Extremely helpful if you're in a, your own time zone. You don't want to get those mixed up. All right. Advanced, I haven't really played with, I did play with advanced a little bit. So Minimum scheduling notice. Prevent events less than 3 hours away. So say you're like out grabbing groceries and somebody books an event. You have 3 hours to get back. Okay, you can add buffers to there. You can add 15 minutes before event or after event, and all of this populates in the page. Okay, you can also make this event secret entirely, so it hides from the page, which is kind of cool. You can have event max per day. Oh, you can pick how many you want total. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't want 50, maybe you want 5 or 10. I just give people a variety of my availability. Show availability in increments of 30 minutes. Okay, that's pretty cool too. And that is the calendar section. Okay, so I'm going to save and close. Then this is the real fun part. And I still want them to have more questions. I was actually talking to support the other day about having more questions. You cannot add any more questions. And it's like, why, man? I didn't want any of these. So you can edit these just like this. You can turn them on, make it required. You can check off whether you want them to be radio buttons or checkboxes or whatever. So just say checkboxes, right? And then you save that. Let's apply. And now they're all checkboxes. It's not crazy customizable, but it works. You know what I mean? Like you can go in here and add a little, you can come in here and add a little emoji if you wanted to, whatever you want. You make it personal, make people love you. Do your thing, okay? You can add up to 10 questions, okay? And you can see this is exactly what it looked like when we filled it out, right? It's identical, so you don't have to guess. You just go in there and you answer these questions. Let me just get rid of a couple of these so we have at least a little bit of a difference. And just like that, you're deleting questions, okay? Boom, super easy, super simple to use. Save and close. Now, notifications and cancellation policy. I do not let people cancel the event. Okay, I just don't, because if I'm taking the time out of my day to sit down and really get to know this person and really help them with their business, unless it's extremely serious, maybe they'll message me on another platform or something, because we've been in contact for a while or whatnot. But if it's just like a random strategy session and the person wants to cancel on me, let them reschedule another day and go through the whole process again. I don't want it. I don't have time for cancellations. So include cancel or rescheduling links in notifications, right? You can do that. You can have cancellation policy, or you can turn that off. I feel like I've turned that off somewhere else. Switch email notifications, switch to calendar invitations. You can play with these text reminders. Your invitees will have the option of receiving text reminders, which is why I put my number in at the bottom of that. An invitee will receive a reminder before, and you can personalize the reminder, and you say, hey, so-and-so, 24 hours before or closer. Excuse me. So I might actually do this and personalize it and have it closer to it. You know what I mean? Just remind them that there's a meeting coming up. I might change that because I don't like 24 hours. I'd rather give them like 12 hours or something, a little bit closer to the time. So then we save and close, and then you have the confirmation page. Now this is huge, okay? So this, you can either display the Calendly confirmation page, all right, or and add custom links here where you can add whatever you want. Maybe send them to another website or something, or this is the important one here because we have them on different pages, right? So when you go over to Wix, let me show you how to do this here. I know I'm all over the place, and I really want to, I'm getting this video out because if there's one thing in particular that you need help with, just message me and I will try to make a video specifically for that problem with like a 5 to 10 minute video. You know what I mean? So I'm going to show you why this is important and why the redirect happens, okay? Because sometimes I want to give directions to the person after the call has been scheduled. You know what I mean? I want to maybe reassure them that it's been confirmed. And I just didn't like the confirmation page that, actually, let me just show you. You can't preview the page. That sucks, actually. You can't preview the page unless you're doing it somewhere else. I have done it where the page is by itself. Let me see if I can find that link. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually in a different calendar here. Hold on one second. Let me switch calendars. Sorry, my internet is slow right now. It's crazy. See, this is a redirect here. So I redirected them at the top. I sent them to another URL because I wanted them to get this full message and show them another image of me just smiling away, telling them how it goes. And, please be, don't cancel. We don't cancel. You can reschedule another call or whatever, I say you won't be able to reschedule another call, but that's just kind of like a scare tactic. I don't know what's happening here or why this isn't working. Okay, so we're in here, and you can see in here inside these menus and the pages in Wix. Now you can do the same thing in Clickfunnels. I'll show you Clickfunnels too, just so you're not going crazy here. Funnel. All right, whoops. I do not usually check my calendar with the month. But I might be going to the Bahamas pretty soon. A client just asked me if I wanted to go to the Bahamas and shoot a video, which is kind of crazy. So I usually do the week, okay? But you can see everything is planned out here. Again, I can't take credit for this. This is Sam Ovens. I don't know why I never did this before. It just seems pretty obvious. But you can see this is a call that I had for tomorrow. Just the test one before that, and then this is a call too. This is the one you and I just set up together. And when you click on the link here, you can see all the information here. I can set a notification for 10 minutes before, and then we determine when it is. You can also change the color of this if you want, which is cool. I actually just changed the color of everything else and just left this as the default color. And then I had a podcast episode today, and I changed the color of that just because I like a little bit of a visual thing. But basically, this is your calendar, right? And you can add other calendars. I have birthdays, reminders, tasks. You can add other calendars to one calendar. So I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but you can integrate other Google calendars to this calendar. And when you go set up Calendly over here, let's see. I know I'm all over the place, but there's just way too much to talk about in one video. So I'm kind of giving you like an overall of how you get notified and how you can kind of question your prospects before they, answer all these questions. So we're going to do this. Let's do, so I have Clickfunnels, but you don't necessarily need Clickfunnels to do this. Everything I just walked you through has all been through Wix, but I want to show you the difference because I want to show you a couple different calendars that I've created and why you would like them to redirect to a specific page, right? So for this one in particular, video page, schedule page. Man, my internet is so slow right now. It's disgusting. I'm so sorry. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. I hope you get the hint. I hope you get this idea here. And this, I'm trying to show you how you embed them on your site. And I don't know why this isn't working. Hold on one second. Edit site. Okay, you can see here. So on Clickfunnels, you just add this little code here, okay? And you can go over into the settings and you open the code editor. And then this little code right here is directly from Calendly itself, okay? So what I'm going to do is if my internet's working properly, I'm just going to show you how to just drop that onto a Wix page. No, I'm not upgrading, dude. Come on. Knock it off. All right, I just want to edit my site. I had a shortcut made up here, as you could see, but it's just not working for some reason. Sometimes it doesn't let me log in automatically. So what happens is right here, this is just code, so it's kind of hard to see, but when you preview it, you can see that it goes and it displays the entire calendar that we have, and it's a different calendar. This one here is for roofers. This one here is for contractors. This one is not for somebody that wants to do my podcast. You know what I mean? It's not for that person. So, man, I have no idea why Wix is not working right now. I was just editing my site earlier. This is crazy. Okay, you can see right here. See how it's similar, but it's a different site. This one's yellow, right? So this is free strategy session for roofing contractors, because that's my niche right now. So that's who I'm dealing with. So, and then when you go through this process, it takes you through the same thing. And let me just show you, just so you know, 10:30 tomorrow. We're going to do the same information just to test it out, okay? Let's do phone call this time. Let's do 555. I know this is a long video, but this is extremely helpful and extremely important when you're trying to figure all this out. You know what I mean? So now watch what happens here. This is from a totally different domain, okay? And you can see the website's different too. So it's a different website entirely. So when we redirect, we get sent to, see how it notified me again? That's a different calendar, and it's redirecting me to a different URL. So this is very important because I didn't want to like change up the appearance of my other site. You know what I mean? The other landing page here, it's very similar, but you can see they're two different websites. So they're built a little bit differently. This one's got a different header. You know what I mean? And this one doesn't have that sticky header. So they're a little different. So I wanted to make sure they go to the brand that is similar to what they've been on. I don't want to like throw any distractions in there and think I just spam them to get their email or anything. So I've got it separated in different calendars. Another example of this would be here. Let me see if Wix created anything yet. Okay. So we're here. Now I'm just going to duplicate one of these pages down here. And I'm going to duplicate schedule now. I'm going to duplicate this one. I just want to show you what happens and what the difference between code and the full thing is. So give me all right, so right now we are here, okay? Now you can see right here, this says change website address, all right? That just means that I'm actually displaying an entire web page here, which means I can go over to this page, excuse me. In theory, this should work just fine, all right? Don't judge me if it doesn't. See that? So I'm displaying an entire web page here, which is kind of cool. So that is a cool little trick. This is a little different than code, right? I don't know why all that black is there, but that's a little weird. So it's a cool little trick. This is a little different to HTML. You can see over here that this is HTML, and you have the option to do both of these with this event, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So you can view the live page for this event in particular, and you can see right at the top it says calendly.com. Isaac Dana, give me your money, whatever. And so we are going to display that event. So I'm going to copy that URL and bring that URL over to this page here. And we're going to update it and watch what happens. Boom. Now we have the give me your money displayed right here. All right. And it's a long page because of all those surveys, right? It's a long page because we have all those questions. And I don't want the person having to scroll up and down through those questions. Just trust me on that, drag it, make sure it's big, okay? Now, if I were to replace the HTML here, all we'd have to do is go over to Calendly. And this is the page live. So we're going to go back to Calendly, okay? And let's go back to event types. Give me your money, and you see right here, this little gear here, you can do embed, okay? So if you're going to do embed, this is the code right here. So you just copy that entire code, and I'm going to show you with Wix, just because I don't want to mess up my funnel over on Clickfunnels, but it's the same exact thing. So what you would do is right here, you would, I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to add an HTML block, and it's going to be identical. HTML is HTML. Okay, there's going to be an HTML frame right here, and that's going to go all the way up to here, and then we're just going to drag this down to here. And actually, I'll show you what I mean by having to scroll. So now I'm going to enter the code in here. Okay, now this, you can see right here, this is just a little bit of a different setup, but you just apply this, and now there's a code entered right here. Okay, and you can see how there's like a bunch of little scroll arrows here and stuff, and it's just not very helpful. There's like too many different scrolls. Now if I were to publish this page and preview this page, okay, you have to like scroll in here as well as on the page. So that is a little tip that I had to figure out. So when you go back to the editor, if you drag it down far enough here, you see how one of those disappears? One of those scroll buttons disappear. So I want to make sure that I am scrolling as far down as I possibly can go, so we don't have any issues. And I forget how far I had to go to do this, but so if I publish now, and then I preview, see there's still a little bit in there. See that right there? So that's why I actually don't share the code. So I actually shared, that's actually the exact reason. I'm happy this happened. This is the code, this is the HTML code here on the website, and there's a little bit of a glitch in here in the code, okay? So what I've done is I have actually gone in, this is the HTML code box, okay, and you can see that like I expanded that code as far out as it can go, and it's still not working, which is why I used the web address. So let me just show you once again how to add that. Now on Clickfunnels, that doesn't happen. So it's just kind of like automatic. And you can see here, again, it's the same thing, but for some reason, this one shares the entire page or whatever I want it to do. So, so I'm just going to go down here and do this, and then bring this all the way down. Boom. Bring this all the way down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to Calendly and close this, and I'm just going to take this link. So I'm going to copy the link here, right here, copy the link. And then I am going to the Wix editor again, and then I'm just going to make this a web address. Give me your money, and watch what happens. It should automatically populate. Boom. And you can see right here, it's no longer stuck. You know, the HTML comes all the way down to here. Excuse me. So we're going to publish this, and then we're going to preview it as well, just so you can see. And you see right here, it's clean. There's no like extra little scroll thing there. So I found that really annoying, and those are the things that really piss me off. So anyways, so as you go through there, you basically, so you can change that. That's how you do it. And that's why you would have a different thing. So let me, how does this work here? 1 second. Let me go back here and edit this. I can't remember if we did a confirmation page or not. Redirect to external site. So like you can just redirect somebody to Google if you wanted, right? But let me show you what the, let me show you display Calendly confirmation page. Let me show you what that actually looks like. Okay. And let me just show you a link. So this is going to Google, and we're going to go to www.google.com. And then we're going to take this one and go to Dana University, because why not pitch my own stuff, right? Dana University. If I could spell, that'd be great. www.danauniversity.com. Okay. So that's what happens. So you can see I added 2 links here, and I'm going to save and close. Okay. We have questions and everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to Wix. All right, I'm going to publish this page here, and I'm going to go view this page, and you can see right now it's hidden, right? I've got it under hidden pages. I've got a whole category under here under hidden pages. So you don't see it. If I go back to the website, you don't, this is also, I took the header out and stuff too. So it's like a direct page. There's no distractions for my prospect to like surf around my website and check me out. It's like, it's ridiculous. So I'm also going to change this to whatever I want. I would say, give me your money. Don't type this out though. Don't actually do this. Give me your money. All right. And then I would put that down here too. And that's your description. You know what I mean? You can see how it changes up here. Give me your money. Give me your money. And this would be, give me your money. Okay. And I'm going to hide this from Google search results. And we are going to publish this. Make sure you publish it before you try to go to the URL, because without publishing it, this URL doesn't exist. So when you go now, we can go to the URL. I'm just going to go over here. Excuse me. I need some water. I'm talking way too much. Tell me to shut up, guys. You can see right here, boom, okay? Now, because I duplicated that calendar, it's already hooked up to Isaac Dana's calendar, so that's my business one. And you can see that we've already made so many appointments on Tuesday that I only have a couple slots left. So, as you can see here, boom, yeah, we have all this stuff. Skype call, bada boom, bada bing. Okay, we deleted some questions, right? You see the questions there's not as many questions here. How many? Oh, look. See, I didn't go down far enough on the page now, which on my own website, this is just I didn't stretch it far enough. I told you why I didn't, why I stretched it far enough before, and you can see what happens when you don't stretch it far enough. So right here, if I were to scroll down, it like cuts off this question here. So make sure you're not losing, make sure you're getting all your real estate here and like making sure it's easy for people to scroll all the way down, because I don't want people to get stuck and not be able to submit, like that hides that button entirely. So that was a huge pain in the ass for me. So anyways, here we go. So this is what happens when we schedule an event, okay, with this particular link and when it's not redirected, okay? So I'm going to schedule an event. Oh, it's got to be a phone number. Sorry. 777-777-7777. And let's go down here. That was because it's a required question. All right. And you can see right here what happens when it redirects. It says, hey, a calendar invitation. See, boom, boom. It's already hooked up, man. It's so fucking simple. I swear to God. You can see it's already hooked up. So give me your money is the message. It's going to be a Skype call. And you see these little links right here. Boom. We just put those in, right? So obviously Google goes to Google. Now I'm just going to give you a quick little plug. Oh, don't go here. It's not safe. Really? Should we go back to safety? Advanced. Wow. Why is it doing this? That's so crazy. I wonder what would happen if I put HTTP in there. That's funny. And this is actually where I'm going to be hosting all of these videos at some point. So if you want more videos like this, right now I'm doing them all for free, but if you want more videos like this is where they're all going to be hosted. Specific topics, broken down video by video. You know what I mean? I know I'm including all of this in one video, but it'd be nice if you could have like short little videos to feel like you accomplished something instead of watching however long this video is. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But you can see this calendar page. It's cool. It's a confirmation page, but it doesn't give a ton of information, and you really can't edit the confirmation page. This is just kind of it. You know what I mean? And you can add some links down there. You might be able to add a little bit of text, but I just don't like the way it looks. So I send people to another confirmation page. And it is extremely helpful if you want to get more information and maybe have them fill out another survey or, direct them to another website that you're trying to make money off of them before you even get on the call or something like that. You know what I mean? So I hope this helps. I think I went over everything. Let me just double check. Zapier. Let's go back to Zapier. If you guys don't understand Zapier, it's super easy to do. You just set it up with your calendar. To set up your Google Calendar, I just do this, and you can see between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. are the only times I'm taking calls because I have family, reading, dinner, fun, whatever else goes down here. On Tuesday nights, I have basketball. I'm trying to make that like 3 times a week if I can. You got the gym in the morning with some meditation, and you're sleeping and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I do. So I went over to Calendly, and I hooked it up to my calendar specifically, which has all of these events, right? So if I go over here, I'll show you what I mean by this. So I can embed that whole page or that whole code. And basically this is like share your link. See this calendar connection thing right here? this, you can add multiple calendars. Oh no, you have to pay per calendar. That's what it is. So you're currently connected here. Change calendar or disconnect, right? Deleting or declining an event in your calendar will also cancel it in Calendly. Okay, so add new events to calendar, and that's the calendar that I want them to add an event to, okay? And I have it checking conflicts with other events that have been in my calendar for like holidays or contacts, that kind of thing. I have it checking other events. Let's see. Let's go back and we'll go into account settings, maybe. Don't steal my stuff, guys. You can hide Calendly branding up here, which is really good, really helpful. And then this is where you pick your time zone, date, time, format, that kind of thing. Welcome to my scheduling page. Follow the instructions, that kind of thing. That's my link. You can have a picture there. And if you go into integrations, this is where you're going to find the API key that I was talking about right here. Okay, so you double click this one, you copy and paste it. You could regenerate the key if you wanted to for some reason. And you can see that you can take payments with Stripe or PayPal. And you can also set it up with Zapier, which is what we were doing. Isn't that crazy? So you link that up. Zapier also has an API key that you can connect to it. And maybe I'll do another video on that, but I'd have to actually go in and erase all my calendars. So I'd have to figure out a way to do that where I don't mess up my own stuff. So users, I don't know how many users I can have here. I can invite users. That's cool. New user, invite users, unlock team and scheduling features for as low as $8 a month. So that must mean you can have multiple calendars on there. And I only have one seat right now. So basically, that would you only really need one seat unless you have a team of people and you have to divvy up like who's getting those meetings and whatnot. All right. Calendar connection, share your link. And these are, that's just to the whole page. So if I go here, this is a Calendly link that has like 50 different or like 3 different calendars here, 4 different calendars now. You see this? So I've actually got to unpublish this because if somebody goes there, they're going to find all these calendar links. So I've got to unpublish this one here. And to delete one, let's go back and delete one so I can show you. Let's go back to the dashboard. And you can see in the dashboard, it also tells me that I have 4 scheduled sessions tomorrow, which I'll have to delete because that's wasting my space if somebody's trying to book an appointment right now. So let's go in here and we're going to delete this altogether. Okay, we're going to delete that one. Boom. Oh, let me give you an example real quick. I know this is continuing, but let me just give you an example of real questions asked in a different scenario. Okay, you can see here, invitee questions, right? And I ask for the name, number, blah, 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 what's your Skype ID? This is for my podcast. So when I get somebody on the podcast, I have to ask questions specific to their business and some things I want to help promote on the podcast and stuff like that. So I ask for their Instagram, I ask for their podcast, if they have one. I ask for the title of their book if they publish one, where I can find more stuff, that kind of stuff. So these questions pertain specifically to them. And see, to collect payments, you got to do an integration page. So if I were doing one-on-one coaching, I would have a payment processing thing right here. So I might even just test that. If somebody wants to test that with me, here's my close for you guys. If you want to test this and you want to have like a one-on-one strategy session and have me come in and help you specifically, maybe you can help me, maybe we'll do like a $10 thing here and we can actually process the payment here and I can show you how payment processing works for Calendly and Stripe. I hope that helps. And again, if you have any questions at all, comment below, subscribe. If this is on YouTube and you're watching this, subscribe. If you're on the blog, thank you for, viewing my blog. Check out more links on the website. Danny University will be up soon, and I would love some help funding that and hosting more videos like this. And that's really, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I just want to help you guys. So I hope this is really helpful. I'm sorry it was so long, but please comment below with any questions you have at all, or just message me and I'll try to do videos specific to you. I try to do videos that kind of help a bunch of people at one time, but if you need something specific for you, I'm sure I can help you out with that. So I hope you have a fantastic day and thank you for watching.